We need at least one good day a week, you guys. At least one day a fucking week. You guys, welcome to Hard Hitter Comedy Presents Talk It Out Tuesday. Yes, it's where we unbutton our pants, take off our bras, and let our hair go. There's no rules tonight. We're here to have motherfucking fun. We're here for you, the audience, to see some of your favorites. Yes, like I said, I read the feedback. I pay attention to the views. I'm learning who you guys love. So you're going to get a little bit more of some of your favorites tonight. You guys, it's Tuesday. We got this. Everything is still a big fucking question, whether you like it or not. We have no idea still what's going to go on. We don't. But the one thing that we can guarantee ourselves is that no matter what, we can always laugh. We can always motherfucking laugh. I have laughed in the darkest of moments of my life. Somehow I would find, just even if it was sarcastic, and it felt so fucking good to just release. So that's it, you guys. So in a minute, I'm going to welcome these fine comedians to the stage. Yes, I am. And then in a minute or two, I'm going to welcome our third comedian in, Mr. Ralph Anthony. So you guys, it's time. Put the motherfucking hands together. And welcome to the stage, Miss Meghan O'Malley and Mr. Duane Burress. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello, babies. How are we?
Oh, we're having a motherfucking good time.
There you go.
I love it. You feel at home. I love it. You feel at home.
Same. I should have. Yeah, same thing. I should have had my mask. I was gonna bring my mask over.
What kind of mask?
I have a face shield and I have one of just a regular old cloth mask, whatever the case. But there's too many lights in here. It would have been a glare. Too much. Yeah, way too much. And it's fucking cold. That's what the jacket is for. Got the candles here.
Yes, the mask, it's a whole new thing. Right? Like you'll be in the store, say you're getting something real fast, and there's a mask hanging there for like $1.99. You're like, you know what? Actually, I could use that. Somehow I can incorporate that. I'm going to get it. New normal. Hello, Mr. Ralph Anthony. Hello.
Oh, hello. What's going on? How are you?
What's going on?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it's motherfucking Tuesday.
Yeah, you got that right. I came in on the whole mask talk. Yeah, they're selling masks like they're selling candy bars anymore. You're like, you know what? I'm in the mood for one. I'm in the mood for a mask. I'll take it.
It's fucking true. Especially some stores, like let's say like a Target, they have a whole fucking wall. It's like you're there for a minute. You're like, all right.
I saw on the news today that we're supposed to get rid of your masks after 2 months and then get new ones. And it's like, listen, we're having a problem just getting people to wear the masks. You're telling us at this point, if there's like a hole in it, but if it's a tiny one, I think we're still happy that they're trying. Don't really push it at this point.
There's a little less coming through, you know.
Right.
That's why you get the face shield, so I can take a Clorox wipe every once in a while and just I'm set. It's like a brand new mask.
Face shield there's something about it I like, and I think that's what I would do if I would I'd have the regular mask, then the shield, and every now and then, like.
Yeah, they need to have yeah.
And then you can get high off the fumes.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I just keep wiping this mask all day long, bro.
And I feel amazing.
I feel like that tapestry behind you. Jesus.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I love this thing. I love it. It's like into the unknown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel so high. I feel like I'm like part of that. Like,
what's happening, Ralph?
Yeah, you wipe down that mask enough.
What about Duane's back? What does that remind you of? Backdrop.
School pictures. Yeah. Yeah, terrible.
Nailed it.
Yeah, worst fucking day of my life every year. I hated school picture day. I hated it. Yo, I like, I don't know if I was like allergic to the sun when I was a kid or what, but like I'd be the only kid that never had a tan. Like I'd be outside all day, I'd never have a tan. I didn't start tanning until I got older. Apparently, it's a different shade of light that wanted to come out.
Was your mom an SPF or your dad an SPF person?
No, they were gone. They already went to work. They were like, "Remember to put on sunscreen. You're gonna burn." I'm like,
You're like, all right.
Yeah, and I would just run out and not pay attention. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure, like my kids, and they're like 6. You're like, all right, yeah, we're doing it right now.
It's only gonna get worse. Yeah, it's only gonna get worse.
Oh, I know. I know. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did you
So
get
I got a couple of fun questions, you guys.
Oh, nice.
These are fun. A lot of research.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Hold on one second. Okay.
Meg, where are you coming from?
Where am I?
Yeah, is that the BQE behind you?
It sure is.
That's how you know.
It's a great backdrop.
That's
Great backdrop.
Traffic is moving along very smoothly.
As you can see, the traffic jam from earlier has cleared up. The car has been towed away.
If you leave now, you got a good chance.
Yeah. You'll make it to the Bronx by tomorrow morning.
There you go. All right, you guys. With everything that's going on in the world, we're going to have some tough questions.
Fantastic.
Stuff like stuffing or no stuffing.
Ooh.
Thanksgiving's coming. Like, what's your take on this? What's your take on this also throughout your life? Like, have you always wanted stuffing? Did you hate stuffing?
Well, I'm going to just hop right.
Megan raised her hand.
Yeah, stuffing, obviously. Stuffing is the best part of Thanksgiving, hands down. And if you disagree with me, well, that's great because that's more stuffing for me.
There you go. I like stuffing. I've had some bad stuffing in my life, though. Like, if it's dry, it's terrible. If it's bland, it's terrible. You know, how much fucking gravy can you put on something? You know, like we've all had it. But I love stuffing. I do. My husband, he hates it.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, it depends. How do you make the stuffing? Because that's where, how is the stuffing made?
Yeah. And oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead. No.
No, you go. You were starting to talk, man.
It's just like me personally, I can't like raisins. It can't be. I can't peas. None. Like some people do that. So
I fucking
No.
walnuts. What's a walnut in a stuffing?
Yeah. White people do it. White people do weird shit to normal food. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, they do, honey.
Yeah.
I grew up with 2 Jews. Yeah.
We're trying to create culture.
No offense to the Jews. I love them to death. Just saying. Yeah. 2 white people. It was interesting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't understand why they wait till Thanksgiving to try their fucking culinary Betty Crocker skills out. It's like, like you can barely make a frozen pizza. You think you're gonna make homemade stuffing? Like, are you out of your mind? What?
If you follow the recipe, you can. I'm going to say that. I've done a lot of dishes. I had no idea I could fucking do it. And honestly, all I did was follow the recipe.
Yeah,
so if you follow it.
I'm making it for the first time because I always had my mom's stuffing. But so me and my roommate are making dinner this year. And I'm putting sausage in mine. I'm doing some sweet and I'm doing it with brioche. But I got like a stuffing mix, but I'm throwing everything else in. I'm just putting that in as like the base. So I know it's properly throughout.
I like a good base. I feel like you need good base.
Yeah. I'm so nervous. It's the most important part of the meal.
It really.
We got Dina Barella saying it should only be stuffing. She makes really good stuffing. See, if you make really good stuffing, it's a different story.
Yeah.
This may sound. Oh yeah. I keep,
growing up, I was like, yo, can we just rub 2 nickels together and get a box of stovetop? Like, we don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
If you grew up,
that's what I grew up on. I grew up, it was always stovetop, and it was always burnt along the fucking
But even that tasted good. Even the burnt stuffing at the end, because it's like
you get like a piece of bread, you butter a piece of bread, you put some stuffing, some turkey, and a little gravy, and you make like a little Thanksgiving Day sandwich.
There you go.
Oh
you got a fucking
nice
sandwich.
I have multiple breads in the house for after Thanksgiving sandwiches. Like, I am like prepared because I want different kinds.
You know what it's really good on, I gotta say? The Hawaiian breads.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
What are they called?
Cocoa
Is
bread?
it just called Hawaiian bread? Yeah. I don't know if it is, right?
Bread.
Yeah.
No, cocoa bread. Isn't that the whole, or is it?
I think that's something else. Cocoa bread, right? That's I think that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
West Indies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't had with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious with everything's fucking delicious with Hawaiian bread. I lose total fucking control when I have soup with Hawaiian bread. Like, I'll be 4 buns in and I'm like, I think I'm good. Like, don't just stop.
Is that what they use for White Castle sliders? Because I feel like if not, they need to. That is,
you know,
I feel like it'd be genius.
That's $1 million idea, my friend.
Hell yeah. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Your own company called Hawaiian White Castle.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's no issues with that title because you put Hawaiian in it.
That sounds delicious.
I'll be your biggest supporters.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, good. So across the board, we're all good with stuff.
Oh yeah.
We're all good with stuff.
You can't trust somebody that doesn't like stuffing.
I can understand it if you've had bad experiences and you're like, you know what?
They're traumatized by the raisin.
Yeah, right? Like, what if there's someone who's like, honestly, the last 2 I had, one had raisins and one had cashew. Like, it's not even worth it, you know?
Those aren't your friends.
Feeling me, Meg. Feeling me. All right. Number 2. If you could have one superpower, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, I'll take this one. Oh man, if I could have one superpower, it would be to not pass out after Thanksgiving dinner. I just wanted to keep it festive first. That's
okay.
That was really just a joke.
Now, if it wasn't Thanksgiving, what would be? What superpower would you want?
You know, I feel like everybody always says like fly. I don't know. I'd like to be invisible. I like that idea.
Interesting.
I feel like, you know, I'd like to be a thief. And I feel like being invisible would be fun to do, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that you took your power and also that you're a villain. Like, you just went right down
together. Very creative, Ralph. Very creative.
I'll never really root for the good guy, that's for sure.
Meg, what would you want it to be?
Thank you for asking. I would go with mind control. I go with mind control. And I would do it more just because I want to be left alone. You know, like, I would just more like get people to move out of my way, or maybe hold the door open for me. If like, I would do it for efficiency reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like a force power, right? Yeah, like just.
I just get to go. I'm like just going.
Parting keys, yeah. Fucking move. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't like crowds. I'm not a crowd person.
No,
I don't like it. I have never liked it. It's not my thing. Too much shit goes on in here. So that would have really came in handy. Yeah. Really really came in handy. So I did a little research to see like what the top one was for women and men. So women choose for number one, invisibility. The number one answer across the board for women. Number one answer.
Is there a second?
Yeah. The second one is telepathy. Did I say that right? Telepathy.
Telepathy? No? Did I say? I don't
You know what? It is telepathy. Okay.
Telepathy, right? Oh, okay. No,
Some of us are C- students. Okay.
Wow, showing off that you know words. You know how to use it
I
properly.
read it how I see it. Okay. Now everybody knows.
From the backdrop, as you can see, I'm still stuck in the the 8th grade. Yeah.
Oh man.
I used to. It's funny because I'm again huge Superman fan.
Here we go.
Gotta have, yeah. I used to think like whatever Superman had.
He ripped it out too. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
Superman.
But then I don't know if you
What do
guys.
I have around me?
Pull out your power, Meg. Pull out your power.
I have a My Little
Nice.
Pony and a Care Bear.
Nice.
Yeah,
Done.
that's awesome.
Done. Care Bear stare. Done.
I used to I don't know if anyone has seen Jessica Jones, the first season, Kilgrave. Well, in the comics,
Yeah.
Kilgrave.
Yeah.
But like he had, of course, the power to it was like mind control, but whatever he said, people were able, on command, people did. They followed what he said. That'd be fucking perfect with everything in my life. Rent, when it comes, like if I ever take the MTA ever again, that it would have been perfect. So that's what I would pick. I don't know what it's called, but some sort of mind control Kilgrave kind of deal.
It's completely understandable.
Yeah. Can you imagine like the freaking like Verizon calling you for your bill and you just say, you know what? How about you just clear it? And then they do it. And that's perfect. I want that kind of power.
Yeah, but first they have to tell you, like, you know what? You're right. We're going to take all this money off because you're right. Like just give me a little something.
Yeah.
Give me a little something. So for the men, the number one power they would want is Hulk's strength.
Really?
Hulk's strength.
That's difficult. That's gotta be hard.
Yeah, and you always got to keep getting new clothes. And who wants to get new clothes?
Yeah.
They can rage in a cage, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, you got to calm yourself down,
How is like
Not this shirt. Not this shirt.
And of course, it's definitely terrible. That's off the table. That can't do that.
Yeah, and you're green.
No, you can't. And I think that's really respectful of you to understand that if you had Hulk strength, you would not be allowed to have sex. That would be so dangerous. But
Yeah.
sex with some powerful men. And afterwards, it's like, I need a break. You hurt. But also, I didn't say no. So, yeah.
All right. Across the board, we all know where we stand. Something about you that would surprise us.
I'm into canoeing. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done it in so long and I want to go back badly. Like I love the woods, outdoors kind of shit, which is like the complete opposite of like, I'm black. This like the stereotype, of course, is that we don't like to be outside, like in the woods. Complete opposite. Please, the woods any day. Away from people.
Duane, out in the woods.
But canoeing, oh my God, love it. Not kayaking, no. Huge difference. I almost drowned kayaking. I'll take the
kayaking
canoe.
some serious shit. They say it's the biggest test for a relationship if you do a double with someone. Because you have to really fucking work together.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, a whole lot of fighting going on there. Ralph, what would surprise us?
I mean, you have known me for a while, so you've seen a lot of the stories.
You've seen and heard a lot
I
of
mean,
it.
you've heard a lot of the nonsense. I don't know. What would surprise anybody about me?
Come on, you got something. Everybody got something.
Hey, I don't know if this is surprising, but when I was a freshman in college, I had never seen the Roots before, and I went to a Roots concert. My buddy knew a guy that got us backstage, and we started hanging out, and so I ended up getting on the tour bus with the Roots, and we smoked a ton of weed before they went out to do their set. So I literally smoked blunts sitting next to Black Thought, and then watched him 15 minutes later just rip that stage up. And I was like standing like 10 feet away. Probably one of the coolest experiences I've had.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was
That's
pretty
awesome.
Yeah.
See, we didn't know that. That's something surprising.
I'm jealous. Hell yeah.
What about you, Meg?
When I was a kid, I had a flag collection, and so it's still at my parents' house. My dad recently vacuumed all the flags and put them into a box for the day that I'm ready to take them. And I'm happy that I don't have to explain to him the size of apartments. So that works out. But yeah, I love flags.
So how many did you have altogether?
I don't know. I mean, I had all the states, and then I started collecting countries. I had some war flags too. I like that they're a representation of people, and that some people are willing to give their life for a piece of cloth. There's something fascinating about it. So maybe they should have been paying attention to me a little bit more.
Meghan.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at a piece of cloth as a representation of people. Somebody hug me. Will someone just hug me?
It's a little hot.
I'm fine.
Fine. Everyone's fine. What does your mug say?
Oh, it says FMT.
I thought it said fine.
Which means Friendship Movie Theater. It's me and my friends hanging out during quarantine. We did it every night and watched movies. So
see, another fun fact about it.
Yeah, my mom.
So my thing is, I've been doing this since I'm a good 13. So I've been doing it for almost 3 decades. I'm a pretty fantastic lip singer.
Nice.
Yeah. It's my thing. It's what I do. If I get 10 or 15 minutes to myself, I'll play a bunch of favorite songs that I know, and I will lip sing the fucking shit out of it. Yeah.
What's your go-to though? What's your go-to lip sync song?
Queen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Queen, definitely.
Yeah.
Lizzo, definitely.
Nice.
And I have this obsession since 2017 of the song "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman.
Oh yeah.
Stand the fuck back.
That's a beautiful
Stand
song. Yeah. Do you just lip sync, or are you dancing as well? Is it?
I'm doing the whole fucking thing, Meg. I am in it. I got my mic in my hand. I got my stand if I need it. If I'm doing Aerosmith, I'm ready.
Wow.
I love it. And the thing is, I've been doing it since I'm 13, so it's only gotten better.
Nice.
So wait, you use an actual mic and not a TV remote?
Well, of course, they started with TV remotes and hair brushes.
I just mean that. No,
I didn't get a mic till 8 years ago.
It's so professional now. That's amazing.
I know. Imagine how I feel now. I'm 40 years old and I'm lip syncing with a mic. I'm fucking so happy with it. That's a little fun fact about me.
Nice.
Oh man. Okay, we're moving on. Oh, I like this one. What is the dumbest way you've been in?
All right. So if anyone,
Wayne's gonna go first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the story only because a friend of mine is actually watching the show too because she knows. I I watch a lot of wrestling. Yeah, I watch wrestling all the time. Of course, when you watch wrestling, people mimic the moves and whatnot. I didn't do that constantly. However, the one time I did, there's a wrestler in there who likes to do like a bicycle kick, like a karate form kick.
Okay.
And what sucked is my art teacher at the time, even though I was straight edge, because of my personality, my art teacher just assumed that I was on drugs. So I'm like walking towards my art class, and a friend of mine, she's there, and I pretend to bicycle kick her. And I immediately, like, as soon as I did it, I couldn't move. I immediately fell to the floor, like I must have pulled something. So my art teacher comes out, all she sees is me like screaming and laughing. Like she thinks like this is it. Like I'm on crack at this point.
He's having a breakdown. He's breaking.
Yeah, I missed school for like 2-3 days. They told my vice principal that I was on drugs. My parents we had to have a talk. That was it. That was one of the ways.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's don't try this at home, kids. Wrestling moves.
Yeah, I did something stupid like that. Mine was, I think I was in 4th grade or the 5th grade. I just thought I could do a backflip. I was like, oh, I could do one. We were in gym. You know, I don't forget the fucking year, but we had cement walls that were painted. You know, like that was the gym wall and the floor was wood. And out of fucking nowhere, I'm literally talking to 2 of my friends and I go, oh, watch. Somehow I did flip myself and I smashed my face into the brick part. Fucked my shit up.
Oh my God.
It was huge. I didn't break it, but I moved it, but it didn't break. But it was swollen. I had the black under my eyes. It was a sight. The same fucking week, I became obsessed with sucking my upper lip. By the end of the week, I had this.
I could have gone a different way. I had
the
rash. You went really slow in the beginning there.
Yeah, like a little bit. Next day, it's like fucking full blown. Now you have a fucking rash that looks questionable, you know? So and my parents made me go to school. I had to go to fucking school.
You gotta learn your lesson, girl. You gotta learn your lesson.
Yeah. Kids were mean. Kids still are. But in the 80s, you would fucking throw a rock at someone and be like, what?
Yeah. Go outside for 4 hours and don't come back.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that with my kids.
Oh my God.
I'd be like, where are you? I have trackers on them. But it's true. We did, right? I feel like across the board, we grew up where we were able, to just get on our bikes or our scooters or with our feet and be gone for fucking hours. Hours. And my parents were happy about it.
Your parents would be like, so where were you? And then it's like, oh, this is what I did for a while.
Yeah. My parents' line was, you better come back alive. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got that. Don't worry about that. That I can promise. That I can promise. Okay. Did everyone share?
I'll go. Mine was when I was 25. For reference, I'm 36, so this was 11 years ago. Just to show that I've grown a little bit. I was playing Edward 40 Hands with my friends.
Wait, what is that?
Thank you for asking. Usually when I have to ask, does everybody know what it is?
Yeah. I don't know.
So you take a 40 can of beer.
Okay.
And you tape it to your hand, but you do it to
I've seen this. Okay.
So it's actually 80 hands.
Okay.
And the game is a lie from the start. So you're drinking 2-ounce beer, and whoever our version, house rules, our version was whoever finished first got to smoke the bowl first. And I won because I'm a winner. So I did that. And then we went onto the roof, continued to drink, and it had been misting that night. And then so when we went down the metal stairs, I slipped and I fell down Matrix style, but I was so wasted at this point. So like in my head, I just went, just go with it, man. I tumbled down beautifully. It's beautiful on my end. One of my best friends, Jenna, it's not beautiful on her end because she stayed up all night making sure I didn't die. So that's a good friend. Still a sore subject. And then the next day,
she holds her heart.
Yeah, she's
That's terrible.
But it was the Oscars the next day, and then I was having people over to watch it. Like I was hosting, and I was going to be cooking too. And then my friends just like a few came early, and they're like, "Okay, how fucked up are you right now?" And I took like a muscle relaxer, and they were like, "You just sit down. You're not allowed to talk." Yeah,
that's terrible because when you're under the influence, you're hitting even harder. Because you're almost like a dead weight that you probably was like bang, bang.
But it also helps you a little bit.
You gotta go a little bit faster.
Yeah, you should be fucked up if you're gonna get into an accident. Don't be sober.
Oh God. Don't you guys dare. Okay.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I felt like I was always in the hospital. I was always breaking something.
Oh God, my biggest nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if that's your biggest nightmare, I'll tell you my father's biggest nightmare situation. Okay. It was a snow day. It was a snow day. This was the 80s, back when it snowed in the wintertime. And it wasn't 75 degrees. Back when it snowed in the old country, it was a blizzard. Okay, it was a fucking blizzard. No school. Nobody should have been on the roads. My dad was like, "Hey, call John. I'll take you guys sleigh riding." Awesome. Best dad of the year. Hell yeah. My dad, he drove stick shift. We could drive through anything. He would drive through anything. Didn't matter. He was going to get us there. So we get to this school. School's probably like half an hour away from where the house was. So we get to school, and it's got this huge hill. It's perfect for sleigh riding. Nobody's around. It's amazing. Mind you, snow day. Winter. Okay. My dad, there's no parking up front. So my dad goes, "All right, listen, you two, John, hop out. Just wait for me. And I'm going to go park the car. I'll come back." Okay, cool. Do we listen? No. What do? We run right off. We grab our sled. We go right off.
The bitches.
So we run off, and then we find a jungle gym. Okay, find a jungle gym. It's got a slide. It's got a pole in the middle, so you can slide down the pole. Normal kid stuff. It was an elementary school. All right. So John climbs up. We're like, I don't know. We were like 7 years old. I was like 7. Or he was 7, I was like 6, man, I was 5, something like that. I was a kid. I was like a little kid. And so John goes up and boop, shoots right down the pole. Okay, great, fantastic. He's a little fireman at heart. Great, good job. I grew up. I had parents that were like, gloves are more expensive than mittens, so you're going to get mittens. So I got penguin hands, okay? Penguin hands, just hanging out, trying to.
Oh, yeah, you can't correct.
How to go up the jungle gym. I get to the top. And mind you, I wasn't this big. I'm 6'2", 210 pounds now. When I was a kid, I was a tiny fucking kid. Okay. Pale and tiny. Okay. So I climb up to the top and I go to get on the pole. Okay. Go to get on the pole. And, have you ever seen a penguin try to go down a pole? No. Penguins slide. Penguins swim. Penguins don't go down poles. I grab on with my fucking penguin hands, and I go down. I can't grab the pole. So I fall back.
Oh, man.
My foot my foot gets caught in one of the rungs for the jungle gym. I slide, I fall, my foot gets caught, and my leg gets snapped in 3 different places.
I would fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I would fucking kill him.
My dad says he comes around the corner from the back of the school and through the blizzard and the snowplows, hears me screaming,
Oh my
bloody
God.
murder. He has no idea what to do. The school's closed. He's banging because he sees lights. He's banging. Finally, some, I don't know, lazy eye secretary comes out and he just pawns my friend on her. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even have kids. I don't even know what to do with this kid. My dad's like, here, listen, John, tell her where you live. Lady, bring this kid home. I got to go to the hospital. That's what parents did in the 80s. They just left their kid wherever. There was no Amber Alerts. They didn't even know who Amber was. They were like, John, you're on your own, kid. You're on your own. And we take off. And so I had to go to the hospital. And I spent the entire winter with a giant cast from like pelvic bone down to my ankle.
Holy
about 6 years old, 7 years old. Yeah, insane. And that's just one story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man,
it was frightening. Oh,
that
God.
is fucking frightening. I always put mittens on my son.
No, get him gloves. Get him gloves. Yeah, don't be a mitten monster.
Frustrated with the finger.
Yeah, don't be a mitten monster. Get him gloves.
Shit, bro. Well, we're glad you're okay.
Thank you. I think so.
Thank God. Okay, moving on. If our industry didn't exist, what do you think you'd be doing?
I know this one.
Megan.
Okay, so if my heart and soul wasn't in this and couldn't be fulfilled otherwise, I would move to Amsterdam, live on a houseboat, and do interior design.
Wow, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that I've thought about that ever at all. That answer was just so quick.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah. Like, sadly, I'm actually prepared for this one. Been prepared for a really long time. Is there a door that's ever gonna open and then I get to jump through it like Rick and Morty style, and all of a sudden go to the universe where comedy is not a thing? People laugh, but they don't know that you can make money off of it.
and still we do it.
Because we love it. Because we love it.
We do. We fucking love it. It breaks you down to your like bare minimum, and then it passes, and you're like, "All right, I'm gonna get back out there. I'm gonna do it again." Holy shit! Who's going? Someone go next.
I was always involved in the performing arts somehow, whether it was like spoken word or acting or or I mean, of course, there's comedy. So I think like outside of the performing arts, it would probably be a lawyer. And I only say that because like it sounds nice, but like I don't think I know how difficult it is to become an expert. I don't know how difficult. I haven't never been, but I do I'm sure it is very difficult to become a lawyer. So maybe a failed lawyer. Like I don't know. I feel like it was always arguing with people or trying to find arguments, and I, of course, mellowed down and learned how to deal with that. But I think somewhere along the lawyer kind, doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter the case. Fuck it.
I think you make a great lawyer. Also, I know a lot of people that you would be surprised if you found out that they were lawyers. So don't be thinking that they all smart and shit. They just learn codes and regulations, and they pass the test. You can keep taking it. You know that if you fail the first time, you can keep signing up and taking it. They allow you to do that.
Like, do your research. Do your research.
Yeah.
You would be a good lawyer.
Thank you. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I know if this doesn't work out.
Yeah. You can always be a lawyer with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
with some of these things, we're gonna need.
What would you be doing?
I was gonna say, with some of these stories, we're gonna need a lawyer at some point. So I know I might. I don't know. I have had. I've had so many jobs. I've worked. I'm not even kidding. I've worked in probably a dozen different industries. I've had a dozen different jobs. I started working when I was 14. There would be two things. There's two things that I'm really good at. I'm really good at hustling. I'll fucking sell you anything. I will sell you anything. It doesn't matter. And I got you. I got it. If I can touch it, if I can look at it, if you can touch it and hold it, I'm selling it to you. So I'd probably do that. I did that for 10 years. But before that, I had been a cook for 8 years.
Yes, when I met you.
Yeah, so I had run a couple different spots, helped run a couple different kitchens, and that's probably what I would do. I'd probably own. I'd probably transition from a sales rep to owning my own restaurant and just cooking in it. That, to be honest with you, when I was a kid, when I first started cooking, that's what I wanted. I wanted my own restaurant with a comedy club in the back.
There you go.
That's originally what I wanted. But yeah, I got a little bootleg cookbook. I'll chef that shit up. I love to cook. Oh, it's great. I have tortellini and meat sauce right next to me, right here.
Hey! Yeah, I remember when I met you. You would talk about that at the mics.
Yeah.
About being a chef. Yeah, remember that.
Yeah, it's the only thing sometimes that keeps me sane. You get a little glass of wine, a little James Brown, a little Sinatra, and boom, give me a kitchen. Give me a good cutting knife and some food, and I'll be happy for hours.
There you go.
Nice.
Hear that, ladies? There you go. I could get you with the cooking part, not food. I would own a place that's a half a bakery and half a craft store.
Oh, nice.
I fucking love doing crafts. I love doing crafts. I love creating shit. I've done so many goddamn Pinterest birthday parties. I didn't ever in my life think that I would ever do something like that. When I tell you, I had printouts. I shut down a whole room in the house and there was fucking everything all over crafts. Like I went nuts with it. And I created anything from like a carnival theme to we did an art theme and everything was Crayola type stuff. Like I made everything. I made games. We did shit like you had to run on these big fucking barefoot feet. So with slippers like on cardboard, and the kids had to race each other, and the game was called like Bigfoot at the end, and then you got awards. Like I went in.
Nice.
I went in. The fucking dessert table, forget about it. I did everything. You could possibly fucking over the top. I didn't ever think I'd be that person.
Is that you in the back? Did you you did this? Your background?
This?
Yeah.
This is a clock.
No, I heard when I hear craft, I'm thinking like, but I'm like, oh, you were doing all sorts of and I thought I thought it was like
tie-dye. Tie-dye. $75.99. $75.99.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. It's nice to know if God forbid.
Coming out.
You never know. 2021. You never fucking know. God.
And At this point, it's only a year. We don't.
I know, right? It's like we're going into December. Yeah, so it's like a new year. You're like, all right. I'm not gonna get excited. I want to see what's going on. What is going on?
Yeah.
All right, babies. Oh, speaking of 2020, what did you learn about yourself in 2020?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that I didn't know that I could cry so much. There was a span between my acting class, therapy, and meditating and journaling every day. Oh, I was crying once, twice a week, and like full out tears. I didn't know. It was like 37 years of tears being built up. It was like I was a camel. I just had a hump full of tears.
That's a release.
Oh, it felt great. Yeah, I had a cry 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Fuck, my day is over. I'm just going to take a nap," and it was 11 a.m.
Yeah, I
fucking give up.
I cry every day.
Yeah.
I will find something to cry about. I'm very sad about this. I'm in that place. Yeah, but that's good. That's a release. That's good.
I learned that I can't. Okay. Way before this, like for years, right? I've been trying to at least I was like exercising and like gaining weight, like gaining muscle. And I've been having trouble doing that until this pandemic happened. And I learned that it's fucking simple. It's simple to just so much easier to gain weight when you ain't got shit to do. Like this is like you're just in lockdown. And I realized that like almost a week ago that I'm almost 200 pounds. And I think during this, like when this pandemic started, I was like 165, around that. So I gained that much weight during this pandemic. And I realized, holy shit, I've been waiting years for this moment. And it's come. This is it.
See, that worked. That's my mother. My mother has no problem with any of this, with any of it. None of it. She's been home since March. And she's like, I'm not missing anything. And I'm like, well, I feel like I'm missing everything. And she's completely okay with it. And when it gets maddening, she'll just say, sometimes it gets a little quiet.
I think that I'm like your mom. I am like her because what I learned about myself is that I'm actually really good on my own. Like, yeah, I'm having conversations with myself and I'm pretending that it's actually with the cats in case anybody like from where. But yeah, no, I'm really good with like long periods of silence and I'd be like, I should go talk to somebody. I should maybe reach out to a friend right now, just
That's
so I'm
good.
not
That's
going
good.
into a deep hole. All right. Yeah. I got some good balance.
That's good though. Some people can't be with themselves.
It's true. It is a gift.
Yeah, I hit my fucking limits. I'm like, where the fuck are people? Okay. I have self-sabotaged enough. I am tired.
See, and then I walk into the same room and I'm like, silence.
I do
This is a relief for me.
Silence. Yeah, I've learned to appreciate silence since having children, the whole nine. Like, yeah. Silence used to be maddening for me because then I feel like I would just hear my thoughts. But now it's just like, do you hear that? Exactly. Nothing. Yeah. Good for
Impulse buying. That's another thing I have to worry about. Is not just with food, but objects, just different. Like the Superman toy, I shouldn't have gotten. I shouldn't have gotten it. There's just things that you're online every day on Amazon, just purchasing shit.
Yeah, you gotta leave it in the cart.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's one thing.
You
Like,
can't impulse buy. You can't. You gotta wait a
you
minute.
can't. Yeah, that's one thing I learned.
Yeah, you do. You gotta. You can get a little fucking trigger happy. I get it. Yeah. Leave it in the car, and then you go back, and you're like, you know what? Maybe I don't need this. I'm gonna get this. So this is the better price. You know, just stuff.
Yeah.
I've learned about myself. I feel like my number one thing, it still is from the last time I asked myself this question, is I don't have any patience. I have patience for certain things, and the things I don't, it's not even a 0.1. You know, like it's not even a 0.1. It's very interesting. And I feel like it's like I'm more clear on it now, but I'm also like, am I gonna work on this? Am I gonna fix this? Like, is this gonna change? Because I have taken so many of those IQ tests throughout my life, and patience always came back at 0. It was always 0. And then when I would read the description, I would be like, yeah, makes sense to me. Who could read this and be like, yeah, I have a shitload of patience? No, this is why I have no patience. And I've heard it my whole life. I've heard it forever, but I really didn't feel it till quarantine. And like sometimes I was like, yo, chill out. like in the mirror, like, chill the fuck out. Yeah, 2020 has opened many doors for us.
And I'm having so many conversations with the mirror. The mirror is getting so much attention right now. It's really nice.
Yeah,
like it's not like we're not just looking at ourselves. We're asking ourselves questions, and the mirror is finally like, yes, now my purpose.
Yeah.
Now go have a magnificent day, you.
We say it's thinking out loud, but it's really just talking to ourselves.
Ralph, I do that with my kids. It's now like a thing. It's in our lives. We could be driving or something's going on. I just start talking to myself. And if they'll ask each other, what's mommy doing? And one of them will say, she's talking to herself. And I'm like, yes, I am. I need to figure stuff out. I highly recommend it. Do it with your friends. All right, here we go. How's everyone feeling?
I feel good.
Anybody need a drink break, a potty break? Good. What are you really good at but never want to do anymore?
Rapping.
What?
Rapping. I know, like, no surprise, but like it was rapping. And the problem is that like I used to do it like before, like of course, like it went into the spoken word and visual arts and the neo soul and all of that. And I was like, that was me, middle school. And then I went to a performing arts school for acting. And I used to I carried that, you know, you hear like product of your own environment. Like I carried that into my high school, which is a totally different environment. And I grew up in the Bronx, South Bronx. That's, you know, you hear stories, but I was like battle rapping people in my school until I got into like a fight with someone, and I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. I just want to act at this point. Like, I just want to recite Shakespeare. This isn't for me. So that was the last time that I did it. I took it seriously, and that was like 13 years ago. So yeah, that.
We're learning a lot of things about one another. This is great. I lived in the Bronx for a minute. I lived in Co-op City.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have family.
Oh, fuck.
What? What do you know?
Oh, a lot. Look at that side chat. Look at the side chat.
Right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I spent a little time in the Bronx.
Yeah, I was there for a minute.
I feel like the Bronx is the last stronghold for like how hood New York City actually is. Yeah, everything else is gentrifying. Starbucks.
Oh, New York City.
Froyo.
There's no reason to visit the Bronx. Yeah, sorry.
No. Yeah, no. I think you're exactly right. Yeah. They say go to Arthur Avenue. I'm like, well, no, I'm all set.
See, I believe the opposite. I believe that to understand the history of New York, you have to look at the history of the Bronx. And I say that because my dad was born in the Bronx. He was like, and he, as like, you know, the story goes,
Dad, look at this.
There was one block that had the Irish, there was the other block that had the Italians, and everything else, you know, it's like there was always some culture and everything, but it was always like everybody who is new to New York goes through the Bronx. So I think that the Bronx actually tells the story of everything, because that's kind of where a lot of people go first before they start to go into other neighborhoods. So there's a lot of rich history and culture in the Bronx. So guys, give it up for the Bronx, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Give it up for the motherfucking Bronx.
Yeah, you didn't think that was coming out of Meghan O'Malley, did you? You didn't think that I was going to be the one to stand here and defend the Bronx, okay?
Learning a lot about each other. There you go, Meg. The final question of the night.
You know what I'm good at and I don't want to do anymore? Is
sorry.
No,
you guys, I don't want to wait tables. Everyone go get your own fucking drinks and food. I'm done.
Yeah.
I can remember a whole order of 8 to 10 people and all of their substitutions. You know, you watch on TV and somebody's always like, "You gonna write this down?" Yeah, I was that fucking waitress. I was that waitress, and it was always those rich motherfuckers who would be like, "You want to write that down? I think you're gonna make a mistake." And then I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna make a mistake if you continue to talk to me. But if you want, I'll go through it right now." And then I would go through everybody. Always a good tip, because they gave you such shit, and you're like, "I don't need to make my money this way."
People can be really fucking degrading and rude and disrespectful. Holy shit. Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Which leads to my thing. Something I'm really good at that I don't ever want to do again is be a nanny. I don't ever want to be a nanny again. I was a nanny for 10 years in New York City. I was fucking great at my fucking game. I had a good hustle. I was making good motherfucking money. And I was great at it. I wouldn't ever want to do it again.
Yeah. Much like a nanny, I was a bouncer, and I never want to do that again. Yeah. Nanny. I was a nanny for adults. That's what a bouncer is. Yeah. Because of bouncing and other activities, I had to stop playing piano, and that made me nuts.
What? You played piano?
Yeah, I used to play piano. Yeah. I went to school for music.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would have been a good answer to something that would surprise us.
Yeah. These hands, these fingers are all crooked and fucked up. I couldn't hold the keys to keep playing piano. Yeah, because of bouncing.
Huh.
Oh man.
Yeah, a lot of fights. Not fun. In the moment, it was great. I was like, yeah, I feel like a badass. Now, no. Yeah, aches and pains. I'm like, oh fuck. I remember. I'm like, oh fuck that. 06 when I got into a fight with those bikers. Oh fuck. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, terrible. But yeah, no, I never want to bounce again. Never.
You don't have to.
Thank you.
Our final question, ladies and gentlemen. How are you finding inspiration in 2020? I feel like a couple of us answer that a little bit along the way. Right? I
don't know. I'll let you guys go. I got to think about mine.
Listen, I'm very big into journaling. So I meditate and I journal every day. Before that, when I wake up, it's all about having routines. If you have routine, that's how you're going to find inspiration, because you're going to stay on track with your daily life. So like, I wake up, I work out. When I work out, I listen to this podcast. It's called The School of Greatness. Guys, write this down. The School of Greatness. It's by a guy named Lewis Howes. Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness. If you want to be inspired, if you want to be motivated, if you want to learn how to be a better human, you listen to this podcast. It has a whole bunch of different guests on. And I watch this thing every single day, 5 days a week. I watch it. I listen to it while I'm working out. And then I'll listen to a podcast if I go on a walk later. It's a guy named Jay Shetty. His podcast is called On Purpose. These two guys, between the meditating with Deepak Chopra, it all kind of comes together, and it keeps me inspired, because it's all about doing good. When you feel, this is a year of feeling like you're helpless. A lot of people feel helpless, and when you feel helpless, you go out and help people. You help other people. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning, and so everybody that I'm around keeps me inspired to keep doing what I'm doing. So people, I know it sounds very cheesy, and you probably want to touch on me, but it's like, you guys hearing your stories. When I talk to my fruit stand guy, when he tells me what's going on, it's like they keep me motivated and keep me inspired to keep trying to build and acquire my own skill set. And in fact, I'm actually starting a podcast. I'm dropping it in the beginning of the new year, where it's called Unmasking the Mic, and it's about comedians in therapy and how therapy affects their comedy. So yeah, you guys heard it first. I'm putting it out in the universe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very interesting topic, Ralph. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd love to be on that. Absolutely.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
You commented. That's where the post came from. I couldn't tell people I was dropping a podcast, because then I'd sound like everybody else. But my little project I was working on was figuring out how I'm going to get this thing off. And so I just put out a post, who's in therapy?
I know. I'm on that thread. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I did the post. Yeah. I wasn't trying to message,
Yeah.
6,000
That's a long thread.
Yeah.
Imagine, that's probably a very long thread.
Yeah. I got enough guests till 2027.
Yeah. Great. Great.
Thank
And
you.
I get you. I mean, I feel like I'm definitely a roller coaster. I'm up and down. I have good days. I have bad days. I have days in the middle where it started good, went bad, started bad, went good. But one of the biggest things that I have been extremely committed to is working out. I am extremely committed to working out. And as well, I meditate. So if I work out anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week. Whenever I work out, I meditate. So the fact that I have that kind of also regimen, it snaps me out of a lot of shit, I've noticed. Snaps me out of a lot. And this hard-headed comedy, doing this.
Yeah.
Doing this. Because some weeks I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it this week. And then it gets closer and I'm like, I'm going to do it. It keeps me on my toes, and it gets me back to writing. It gets me back to communicating in some kind of way with all you people. So you definitely have to have something. Something. What about you guys? Matt, Duane, what are you doing?
Well, I kind of find that I'm actually a hopeful person. I didn't realize that until probably recently. And I think that, things suck right now, but it's only for the now. It's like if you look through history, we have these periods of time, and we're living through a period of time, and we are going to get through it. There's going to be a lot of things that do suck, but you just have to remember it keeps going on. So I just try to do what I can. And if I don't feel like doing something one day, I don't do it, because why am I going to drive myself crazy? Because I'm doing these things to keep myself happy. I'm not doing myself upset. So yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Good for you, girl. That's really positive.
And it always helps to have the wine rack stocked all the time. What do I talk about, right? Everybody keep it going, forming another.
Yeah. Definitely drug, sex, and rock and roll have been coming in handy a little bit more often.
Yeah, I'm getting everything except for the sex because it's a pandemic and I'm single. Yeah.
And one of the things that come with marriage, you can, it's going to be there.
You know what? I would like to move up a tax bracket. That sounds wonderful.
There you go. How about you, Duane?
Things like this show with Meghan and barely making it, and with mine, like even something as simple as like I bought a calendar earlier today. And I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. Like things like that excite the hell out of me during this pandemic. I know it's going to come in like 5 days, and I'm impatient. Going back to that, I guess. Yeah, patience is one thing that we, but yeah, things like that, like making flyers or like like the small things, the little things. That's my inspiration. That's getting me through.
That's good. We all have our 2022 belt. We all got our 2022 belt. Well, thank you guys. Did you have a good time? Do you feel a little bit better than you did coming in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good to see your faces.
Yeah, real good to see your faces, you guys. It is. And it's great to see your faces on any show that I'm able to tune in that you all are on. So thank you for keeping at it, because this shit ain't not motherfucking easy.
No,
I miss people, audiences, walking into the venue or the bars, that whole so thank you for being open-minded for this, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I do miss the bar, but yeah, thank you.
I do. I really miss a fucking bar. I miss it. I'm a real bar sitter. Like that's me and my husband also, like our first date, we sat at the bar, like we're bar sitters. I like that. I like that whole fucking environment, the vibe, talking to the bartender, talking to people that are coming in, going out. We're not talking to anybody. It's just the perfect fucking spot. I love it. As much as I love you guys. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone that tuned in, that left comments, that shared, that liked. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Right after we all go off the screen, I'm going to have all of our Instagrams that pop up. Take a picture of it. Follow us. Support live comedy. Support whatever the fuck we're doing. So you guys, I give you all a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meghan O'Malley. Thank you, Ralph Anthony. Thank you, Duane Burress. Thank you, you guys. This was Talking Out.
Thank you.
Produced by Hard-Headed Comedy, and I'm Luz Michelle. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Oh, I brought him back in.